guys, welcome to Couch Party. Yep, that's how I'm saying it now, Couch Party. I'm from Rhode Island, apparently. Let's just do this. The season was quickly turning to autumn. Oh, Yui's crying. Oh, that's right. When we left off, we found Yui's senpai. Yui's senpai. Why is there no sound? I don't know. After the school day ended, the senior floor was always a lot more quiet than its underclassmen counterparts. Underclassmen? Does that just mean like younger students? Everyone was off studying hard at something. Finger twitch. Sorry, my bad. So one day, thinking no one else was around, I sat down in a lonely corner of the hallway. You swatting in the hallway? Like a cat taking a shit? Makes total sense. Initially, I had grabbed my shoes and left the classroom, intending to head home. But along the way, I just started crying. I was overwhelmed. My sobs echoed from one end of the hall to the other. And then Senpai came and saw you and comforted you. And then you had the sex. The sex. Oh, we got noises. That day, I had finally received a special recommendation to my top university. Oh, that's right. She wants to be a fucking English teacher. I was so excited, I just wanted to tell someone. So I told my friend Tomoe. But her usual supportive demeanour took on a somewhat harsher edge. Quit rubbing it in my face. I'm still totally undecided about my future, right? Oh, there's no need to be jelly, girl. It's all good. It's all good. All good. My expression must have changed pretty drastically. Tomoe's eyes suddenly widened and she quickly apologized. So you should, bitch. You should support your friends. Support them. So I smiled and told her that I didn't care. That's what I said anyway. Oh, she's crying. Where's Senpai? But how couldn't I care? Tomoe's dismissive words struck me like a dagger to my chest, to my butthole. I'm so insensitive sometimes. What? I wonder if everyone else feels the same about me. You're not being insensitive. You're sharing good news with your friends. Jesus. I kept wiping the tears from my eyes, only for new ones to take their place immediately. Why didn't I think of this sooner? So many people were still facing uncertain futures with no real goals in mind, and I was completely oblivious to it. Go, you just doing your thing. It's all good. I was the one with the dream. Does that say cock? I was the one with the dream, running around like the cock of the walk and blabbing about my successes and aspirations. I wouldn't blame them if they hated me. Could someone that insensitive to the feelings of so many other people really become a teacher? Sure, that's what teachers do, right? Did I even? Do you even, bruh? Did I ever even have what it takes to begin with? Tsukasa! See, I can say it now. Tsukasa! Shishido? I quickly turned towards a voice that had called out to me and found Senpai standing there. We'd never said a word before when passing each other in the hall, but he spoke to me that day with no reservations, as if we were old chums. Tsukasa. Your face is a mess, girl. Do you have a handkerchief? Yeah. Then wipe your face, you slut. Okay. Sorry. Fuck it, I fucked it again. Senpai's concern and confusion was clearly written on his face. I didn't want to cause him any trouble or worry him, so I began frantically wiping my face. Eyes. Did something happen? No, everything's fine. You're crying an awful lot for someone who's got no problems. No, it's just... there was a little misunderstanding between a friend and I. But we patched it up right away, so it's all right, really. These are, some things like tears of happiness, I guess. I think he's suspicious of you, Yui. Yeah, see? I just found out I got that I'm not sure if I did it out of respect for Senpai or just because I wanted to change the subject, but I cut myself off mid-sentence. I was doing it again. Show off. What was I thinking? Now even Senpai was going to hate me for being a braggart. A braggart. Jesus, what a word. Hell, I hated myself. I was I was the worst, just the worst. But, oh, look at his face, he's kawaii. Whoa, really? See? He's happy for us. It's the way people should be. He was happy for me. A bit taken back, I nodded firmly. You did it then. Congrats. Yatta. Fuck yeah. Heh. Yeah, thanks. That's right, girl. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you. So, what's with the waterworks? Stop. Women. Even with the recommendation, you still have to take an entrance exam, right? Yeah. So, isn't it a little early to be crying tears of joy? Ooh, burn. Yeah, maybe so. I was just really happy that you congratulated me, Senpai. Oh, come on now. Sorry. Come inside, motherfucker. For what? For crying like this without even knowing why. If you don't know why you're doing it, then how about you hurry up and dry those eyes? Sure. I think I'm fine now anyway. I've calmed down now. I've calmed down. I've a lot of coffee in my system. I get too excited sometimes. I swear. As I rubbed my swollen eyes, a smile broke through, and Senpai let out an exasperated sigh. Then, as if suddenly remembering something, his eyes lit up. Oh, hey! Wait here a sec. Okay. I bet he just doesn't come back. Senpai ran into his classroom, quickly reappearing in the hall again just moments later. He was holding something. Oh my god. Put your dildo away, sir. Here! I want you to have this dildo. Oh, I thought he was going to say penis. A pencil? Is it a lucky pencil? In his outstretched hand rested a short, stubby little pencil. Not the sort of thing you'd expect someone to go out of their way to lend you. Is the pencil like a metaphor for something? A chode. It was pocked here and there with small scratches, but it still seemed to be in relatively decent shape considering how obviously well worn it was. A pencil for guaranteed success. Guaranteed success? Use it on your test and you'll pass for sure. For shields. What? Really? Yup. They told me I'd never pass the entrance exam for Kizaraki Academy, but, well, here I stand. Loud and proud. And I owe it all to this pencil. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't study or anything. So this is the same pencil you were using back when you took your high school application tests? Jesus Christ, they have high school application tests in Japan? I just had to prove that I was religious to get into the school I got into. And I lied. My mom helped me lie. Sure is, it really jerked out a miracle. I'm not even commenting on that expression. I assume you mean worked out a miracle, right? Not that that's a thing either. I jerked it out. I wanked out a miracle. Oh, yeah, that. At any rate, I shall happily take you up on your kind offer. Thanks. Arigato. But listen, I'm only lending it. One more try. I'm only lending it you until you finish your tests. You'll have to give it back afterwards, so I can use it for my entrance exams. Okay. And whatever you do, do not fail the exam, bitch. Right. So determined with a chode of a pencil. I took the pencil and nodded, smiling this time. Tsukasa returned my smile. You're a really unique person, you know that? It's hard to believe how much you let other people's problems get to you. You'll make an amazing teacher. What? Nanny? For a moment, I had no idea what he was talking about, but then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Senpai had somehow sussed out from our conversation that I was crying because I upset Tomoe. Fuck that bitch. Selfish cow. And he was turning that fact around to offer me encouragement. Oh, that's nice. You're in love. Just do it. Go for it. Good luck! Don't let it get to you. Thank you. Flutter. I heard something I heard you shouldn't wish someone good luck in times of stress, as it just adds more pressure. That's why people tell actors to break a leg instead. Oh, I did not know that. But I didn't care. Taboo or no, I cherished his kind words. Oh, so sweet. I'll do my best, Tsukasa. I promise. Glad to hear it. Well, spoiler alert, she becomes a teacher. At this very school. That's when I really started to fall for him. Oh. But it didn't seem like he noticed. And there wasn't really any indication that he felt the same way. You know what you need to do, right, Yui? Twerk. Just twerk it on the random and see what his reaction is. I can guarantee you will find out for sure if he likes you or not. Don't try that at home, kids. I can still clearly recall the events of that day even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exams. The weather outside had been shitty since the morning and visibility was all but non-existent. Oh, it would be a bad omen if I were to slip and fall on the day before the exam, so I decided to wear boots to school, just to be safe. See you later. Huh? When I opened the door, I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lying on the ground, soaked to the bone. Oh. Pick her up. I frantically rushed over to her side. What a poor old lady. She doesn't... Are you okay? Is it a woman? Ground moan. It's a witch. Stay with me. Come on. Tell me. What happened, bitch? Wheeze gasp. Was it a hit and run? God, that went dark. Real quick. How do you know she just didn't trip? I mean, she's old. The road running by my house was narrow and mostly used by our neighbours. So, you're assuming one of your neighbours just ran over an old woman and drove off? That's nice. But it's not like it was closed off to the outside traffic or anything, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. Okay, fair enough. I looked over the old woman's body as best I could. Fortunately, there were no signs of any serious injury. Doesn't seem like a car accident, at least. Young lady? Yes? Hi? You must not go to school today. What? You absolutely must not go. She's a fortune-telling gypsy. Listen to the old gypsy woman. The old woman raised herself up slightly and spoke hoarsely. From the tone in her voice, she seemed terribly desperate. Oh my god, is it future Yui? But why would it be future Yui, Monica? But I have to. Today's my last chance to practice for a college entrance interview. No! Just stay home. Don't go. I have to go, though. The interview is a part of my exam. I'm worst at. The interview is... Yeah, I nailed it. It's just a practice interview, dude. Let it go. Take the day off. Go shopping. Please, tell me what's wrong. Where is your family? Will you? Will I? Will you go? No matter what? Yeah. In that case, please. Not knowing what to say, I nodded apprehensively. As the old woman began digging through her pockets, she produced what looked to be a scrumpled scrap of paper. A crap of paper, oh yeah. It's 4 a.m. Don't judge me. As she was digging around, I noticed that her breathing had become dangerously ragged and began considering my options to assist her. Why haven't you called a goddamn ambulance? It's an old woman lying in the street. It's the first thing you do. Really? I should have gone back into the house and called my mom. But there was something about her that kept me glued to the spot. I sensed desperation hiding in that unbroken gaze. Can we see her face, please? You must take this. What is it? A charm. A charm? The old woman clutched my wrist and forcefully pressed the scrap of paper into my palm. Tilting my head up, I unfolded the scrap and looked carefully at it. At first, I thought I'd just been handed a piece of trash. What? But when I unfolded it all the way, I saw that it was actually a paper doll in the shape of a human being. And there was a name written on its torso. Oh, Yui Shishido. Yes, my name. Written plain as day. In easily legible brushstrokes. Why is my name on it? So it can protect you, my child. Huh? If you don't write the name of the person you wish to protect, the charm won't work. Crazy. This was all cray-cray. I don't understand any of it. Save one simple fact. This old woman was here specifically to give me this strange paper charm. She was just chilling out in the road. That's all she was doing. She wasn't a hit and run. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another, but she clearly knew both my name and my address. No. I'm sorry. I know you came a long way to give this to me, but I don't want it. How do you know she came a long way? You don't want it? As I extended my arm to return the paper doll, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body up unsteadily from the wet asphalt. Oh my god, it's future Yui. Why not? Oh, well. I've nearly killed myself bringing this to you. Why will no one listen to me? She looks scary. I'm kind of freaked out now. You must not enter Heavenly Host Elementary without this charm. Heavenly Host Elementary? Yes, you must not go. Don't go. As the old woman cried out, the paper doll fluttered lightly to the ground. Almost instantaneously, it became soaked through with rainwater. My name began to run and quickly turned to an illegible black smudge. Seeing this, the old woman grabbed and tore at her hair. No! The charm, the way out, has been loosed. Oh, ma'am, please calm the fuck down. Listen, you must not go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I think there's been some mistake. My school is Kizaraki Academy High. I've never even heard of Heller. Yep, nailed it. Wretch. Well, that was nasty. Eek! Wretch hack cough. Ma'am? Oh, now she did. Oh, God. Mom, come quick. Yui's mother. She doesn't even have a name. What's wrong? An old woman collapsed in front of our house. Call an ambulance. She's dead. Okay. She's totally dead. She's gone. She's either dead or she's gone. Paramedics are in minutes? Holy shit. We should move to Japan, guys. They got some fast paramedics. The old woman seemed to be unconscious by that point, however, so the EMTs brought out a stretcher. Do either of you know this woman? No. She just collapsed in front of our house. We've never seen her before. All right. Would you be willing to ride with her in the ambulance? Really? The idea of making this old woman go to hospital by herself just seemed like it would have been a shameful thing to do. Yes, it would have. Sure, she was a stranger, but we'd had a lengthy conversation mere minutes before, so I couldn't very well say we had nothing to do with one another. She knew your name and address, so... Yui, you need to get to school. What? But don't worry, I'll go with her to the hospital. You have to practice for the interview today, right? Yeah, I guess I do. Thanks, Mom. I'll leave her with you then. Good luck. Sending your child to her grave. I was a little hesitant, but I knew I really had to go to school today, no matter what. So I left the strange woman in my mom's car and, heading towards her school, walked right by her stretcher. Yeah! Suddenly, a hand rose from the limp form of the old woman and grabbed my skirt. Pervert! Startled, I tried to jump away, but found myself ensnarled by her terrible bloodshot eyes. You must not go. Thou shalt not pass. After school. Really? We just skipped the school day? After school, once my final practice interview had concluded, I reunited with my friends and engaged in the usual regimen of gossip and small talk. Can you believe that? Nah. That's really scary. The hell was wrong with her? I know, she grabbed me by my skirt and everything, tried to touch my vagina. When you described the events of that morning, everyone's eyebrows rose. They were hanging on my every word and yelping in unison at key moments. Yui, maybe you should have stayed home today, after all. Well, but I had that practice interview. I couldn't miss that, you know? I care about my education and shit. I just hope nothing bad happens. Oh, come on. What could happen? She could die. You could die. We could all die. Oh, you know what? When you mentioned Heavenly Halls Elementary, I thought it sounded kind of familiar, and I just realized why. You know the 7 Wonders, right? Or like the pyramids? 7 Wonders? You mean those urban legends about Kizaraki? Yeah, those. Does Heavenly Halls Elementary have some connection to them? One of the stories is called Yoshi After School. Ever heard of it? Definitely not. I've never heard of it either. What's it about? Well, it takes place at Heavenly Host Elementary, which once occupied the same plot of land where Kizaraki Academy now stands. Oh, okay. It said that one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died. Well, she got pushed, we know this. She broke her neck. The accident took place on a rainy October day just like this one, and occurred just after 7 at night. And supposedly, Yoshi, whatever, still appears on days like this. Even unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kizaraki Academy, believing them to be her own. Oh, come on, no. Is it true? Well, it wouldn't be one of the 7 Wonders if someone hadn't actually seen it happen, right? Yeah, because rumors never start, ever. That's really creepy. Why don't you head home, Yumi? You're the only one who doesn't live nearby, so we can't walk with you. And given the stuff that old woman said to you. Yeah, it's always best to heed the warnings of the elderly. Really? You might be right. I'm still feeling kind of on edge. Probably best I go home and check in with Mom. I'll see you guys later then. Bye! See ya! Take care. Give it everything you've been doing. I will! Oh, music. I quickly packed up my shit and rushed out of the classroom. It was already about 5. It was getting dark out. But if Kana's story was to be believed, I had until 7 before anything bad might happen. As I continued wending, whatever, my way down the corridor, I just kept telling myself, there's nothing to be afraid of. Even so, I felt like it took an extra long time to reach the shoe locker. So dramatic! Man, I'm such a scaredy cat. Just like myself. Oh, Senpai! Oh, hey, Shishido! Hey, Senpai. Heading home? Yeah, you want to walk me? Yep. Walk me home, please. What's with the big grin? You're gonna walk me home. It's nothing. Hey, why don't we walk together? At least part of the way. Oh, yeah. Get in there, Yui. Sure. I don't mind. Great. When I looked at Senpai's face, my fear vanished. If but for a moment. These are the times when it's really nice to have boys around, I thought. Or a really butch chick. I felt that as long as he was by my side, nothing bad could happen. Didn't hurt that I had a crush on him, of course. You want to see his penis. So do I, a little bit. Just to see if it looks like that pencil. The rain had let up since this morning. Though it was still coming down, the two of us walked side by side, umbrellas held high. That's right, high and proud. Senpai was talking and laughing excitedly the whole time, whereas I probably came off as preoccupied. I'm sure it was awkward. A vague sense of fear flickered inside me, and it was making me extraordinarily self-conscious. I'm certain it must have been reflective in my behaviour. This writing, though, guys. Shishido? You look kind of pale. Did something happen? I got my period. It's fine. Hey. Yeah? Something scary happened. Something scary. I probably seem really on edge. Senpai was staring at me with this look of abject concern on his face. I was a little relieved that he'd asked, though, and it felt good to tell him about what had happened. I filled him in on all of the details and explained how they were related to Kana's ghost story. I did my absolute best to convey the dread I was feeling. But Senpai was, well, the 7 wonders of Kizaraki High, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, you actually believe in that stuff? Sometimes I wish I could see the world through your eyes. What? You don't think it's scary? It's weird, sure, but I wouldn't call it scary, and I wouldn't worry about what that old hag said to you. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Yeah, I'm sure. But wouldn't it be better not to dwell on it either way? Awkward silence. I mean, yeah, your encounter with her sounds like it was kind of unsettling, but she was probably just a little off, you know? What, dementia? I don't know. She seemed pretty coherent to me. That's not the issue here. I want to see your penis, that's the issue. I mean, Yui wants to see your penis, that's the issue. I wasn't asking you to solve my problems for me. Question mark? Look, I just wanted to vent, okay? I just wanted you to listen. What do you mean? That's what I've been doing, bitch. No, not like that. I don't get it. Are you angry about something? Awkward silence. Guys always do this. Yeah, and it seems that women always do this too. It's like, you've done something wrong, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you will suffer. I do it too. It varies from person to person, of course, but guys invariably jump right into looking for solutions to your problems or giving you advice on what to do. That is true. Just listen, guys. Just listen. As a result, girls often can't be totally honest with them, or don't want to be, at any rate, and are forced to just bottle up their feelings until they grow into a tumour. I only wanted Senpai to share in some of my fears. If he was scared with me, that would have been enough. I didn't realise then that Senpai telling me not to worry was his way of showing concern. I just thought he was brushing me off, and frankly, that pissed me off. My mind flashed back over and over again to the face, the eyes, and the hoarse voice of that old woman. Amplified and distorted by the ghost story, these images gradually darkened my mood. Maybe I was traumatized by the events I'd experienced, or maybe I was just frustrated and needed to get laid. Needed to lash out. I don't know. But for the first time ever, things had become decidedly uncomfortable between the two of us. Okay, well, this is me. Bye. Right. Shishido? He called out my name as I briskly walked away. I didn't really know why I was so angry or confused, but I did notice that his voice was tinged with concern. If anything should happen, feel free to contact me. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Do we have your number, boy? Do we have it? I considered turning back for a second, but changed my mind and pushed forward in a huff, leaving him behind. Such a bitch. I'm home! Yui, welcome back. Well, what about the old woman? Greeting me at the door, my mother wore a somber expression. Oh, no. I could tell right away that something had happened. I stared at her with scrunched eyebrows for an awkwardly long time before she eventually, reluctantly, opened her gob to speak. About that old woman from this morning. Yeah. The hospital contacted me. She passed away a short while ago. Oh, no! Shocking! An old woman dying? Never. I'm so sorry. You need to stay focused on tomorrow's exam right now, though. Yeah, because that's more important than a human life. Yeah, we should put this unpleasantness behind us. I'm getting dinner started now, so how about you go and get changed and forget about that old woman? Okay, I'll be in my room. I'll call you. I watched my mom work her way back to the kitchen, then wriggle out of my shoes. My mood had darkened even more. Tsukas's attitude was bad enough, But for that old woman to have died. Returning to my room, I couldn't muster the energy to do anything but collapse into my chair and sprawl out on the desk. I know the feeling, bitch. You must not go. The last thing the old woman said to me echoed again and again in my mind. I began wishing I'd taken her more seriously. I should have accepted the paper doll and thanked her. I should have reassured her that I wouldn't go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sakes. I was exhausted. I know the feeling. It was a hell of a day, and I no longer even had the energy to move. I needed to change out of my school clothes, but still sprawled out. Holy shit. That weather, though. Can you hear that? Oh, my God. Still sprawled out over the desk. My eyelids drooped and closed. I was out. Oh, what's that noise? Oh, look at little pandas. There's pandas everywhere. I awoke with a start. The air in my room had gotten noticeably cooler, and I was shivering. I must have fallen asleep. Rubbing my eyes, I glanced at my clock. The needle indicated it was 6:45. It's already this late? Mother, where the fuck is dinner? It was black outside my window, streaked with lines from the still pouring rain. Sure hope it's sunny tomorrow. Oh, it's nearly 7 o'clock. I wonder if the old woman will appear again. Sunny for my exam. The weight of what the next day held for me came rushing into my mind. I practiced the interview process with my teachers thoroughly, but I was still really nervous. Okay, I need to make sure I'm fucking ready for tomorrow. There was still a little time before dinner. My mind swimming, I decided to take this opportunity to clean out all the notes and textbooks I wouldn't need tomorrow from my bag. Let's see. Student ID needs to stay, obviously. Handkerchief and tissues. Gotta make sure I don't forget my exam ticket. Whatever that is. Oh, and my pen case. Also known as a pencil case. Huh? Oh, crap. Where's my pen case? Did I leave it at school? Oh, you are so not going back to school. My face suddenly went pale. Really, I shouldn't have been too concerned over writing implements. We had tons at home. The pencil. But that case held the pencil that Senpai had given me for guaranteed success on my exam. I have to go get it! God damn it, girl. We all know what's going to happen now, don't we? Hey, Mom, I forgot something at school, so I'm going to run back for a sec. What? But dinner's almost ready. That's okay, I'll come right home. All right, it's still raining, though, so be careful. Give her a lift. Don't you drive, ho? God damn, itchy back. I will. Okay, I mean, is the pencil case not going to be there tomorrow? Seriously. The pencil was one thing I absolutely needed to bring with me to the test, and so, without hesitation, I ran back down the road to school. I was sprinting as close to full speed as I could without slipping on the downpour. In the downpour. All the while, the numbers on my bedroom clock ran through my mind. Nearly 7 o'clock. And if Kanna's story was to believe, Yoshi, whatever, haunted the school building at 7. What's going to happen? Are we going to run into this bitch? Pant, pant. As soon as I arrived at the gate, I glanced up at the large clock adorning the schoolhouse. It was now 6:55. We got 5 minutes to get our shit and leave. Yoshi after school. I went over the whole scenario in my head again, as best as I could recall it. Why, you're just going to freak yourself out. I do that all the time. After classes on a rainy day in October, 7 at night. Did that old woman somehow know this would happen? Get a hold of yourself, Yui. It's just some campfire tale. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, girl. I was talking to myself, reprimanding myself in an effort to quell the fear that was welling up from the pit of my stomach. There wasn't a soul to be seen on the grounds by this time. The students had all gone home. I wondered if any teachers were still around. Fortunately, the lights were still on, and it was bright enough that I felt confident I could make it into the classroom without totally fucking freaking out. Okay, I'll just run up, grab the case, and then come right back down. Well, we just spent 5 minutes talking about it before winning them. I folded up my soaked umbrella and left it on a rack by the entrance, then changed into my indoor shoes. Japan. I love it. Then entering the brightly lit hall, I took another look around. Guess I was right. Nobody's home. My deep sigh echoed through the deathly silent corridor. Ordinarily, the din of other students would drown out the noises like this, but every little sound was coming through crystal clear at this late hour. I needed to hurry. It's almost 7. I quickly beelined towards classroom 3-4. About that old woman from this morning. She passed away a little while ago. Flashback. It said that one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died. The accident took place on a rainy... Okay, we know all this. We've known all this since the first game. Ever unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kizaraki Academy, believing them to be her own. Gasp! Do we see her? Jeez, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I letting this bother me so much? Senpai was right. I shouldn't dwell on this. Eek! Lightning flashed and thunder resounded. With impeccable timing, I jumped in spite of myself. I just need to hurry up these stairs, grab the pen case, and get the hell out of this creepy-ass building. No ghost should show up in a well-lit building like this, right? Yeah, because ghosts don't like fluorescent lights. And even if they did, they wouldn't be very scary under all these bright lights. I absolutely need that pencil for tomorrow's test. It's my good luck charm after all, and it's from Senpai. I picked up the pace as I continued to head straight for room 3-4. What are we going to find? Besides your pencil case. Nothing. There is nothing. The middle school is already pitch black. I guess there's really no one else around. And this hallway feels longer today than it ever has before. Was it always like this? Can't imagine I'd ever be on time if it were. I continued my brisk walk down the impossibly long hallway towards my goal, jumping every now and again when another thunderclap sounded. Yeah, clap that ass. Kizaraki Academy was comprised of both middle school and a high school. And this evening, it really felt like it was flaunting its massive size. Flaunt your titties. Your big ass titties. Sorry, it's so late and I have so much coffee in my human. Didn't help that my classroom was in the high school wing, which happened to be past the middle school, making it seem that much farther away. Okay, let's just get the fucking pencil, please. When a building that's usually so full of life goes completely quiet, it's such a lonely place. I swear I can hear every drop of rain. Well, you're not deaf, are you? So. I was focusing on the scant few sounds around me as I paced down that long-ass hallway. Then, all of a sudden, I heard a faint noise, as if someone playing an organ. I heard it too. That was just my imagination, right? I mean, it had to be. No, I heard it too. There was no way anyone would still be here practicing, right? Wait, so people just leave the lights on in this school all day, every day, 24/7? Haven't you heard of an electric bill? Jesus! I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves. It was probably the sounds of rain, wind, and thunder mixed together. It just sounded like an organ, that's all. I was convinced. I kept walking. But then... I heard the same noise again, this time much more clearly. It was unmistakable. I was trying to listen for the tune, but I don't know what it is. Gasp! No! No way! What? I was paralyzed with fear. Why? My heart was pounding as if it was struggling to break free from someone's sinister grip. It's probably just some devoted member of the band, or a teacher who's working late. I'm being stupid. Thinking about it, I vaguely recalled someone mentioning an upcoming performance by the Wind Instrument Club. I guess an organ would qualify. So would a butthole. Somebody must have just stayed late to practice, that's all. I can't get that damn ghost story out of my head. I took another deep breath and tried again to calm my overly jittery nerves. Anything can be scary if you think it is. I heard that if you let your imagination run too wild, fear can even make you see things that aren't there. And my imagination was most definitely running wild. I'm almost there. Shit. I decided to dash towards my classroom so I could get out of this hall as quickly as possible. Well, we've been here for like 20 minutes. What's the fucking rush now? Finally, reaching the familiar door, I swiftly opened it and flicked on the lights. All right, I made it. Now I just have to be absolutely certain I don't leave here without that pen case again. I don't think we will. Thanks to all my unexpected pauses to freak out over thunder and lightning, it took me far longer than it should have to get here. It was already well past 7. 7 o'clock, huh? It was the appointed time when the ghost of a teacher was supposed to appear, at least according to the school's legend. Sigh. No one did educate us here. I let out a sigh of relief and relaxed my shoulders a little. The lights were on, both inside the classroom and out in the hallway. Sure, it was dead silent, but the fear I'd been feeling had completely melted away. Okay, so can you just grab your pencil case and go home now, please? Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. The 7 wonders aren't real. I grabbed the pen case I'd come back for and shoved it into my asshole. Okay, mission accomplished! With my long ordeal behind me, more or less, I looked around the classroom and let out another sigh. I'd only ever known this classroom when it was bustling with activity, and thus found its eerie silence and utter silliness to be oddly fascinating. Such a strange feeling being alone in a classroom like this, and get the fuck out. I got the idea in my head to try doing something I wouldn't normally be able to do. You're going to wipe your butt all over the teacher's podium? Like standing at the teacher's podium and writing on a blackboard. Chances like this don't come around too often, after all. To me, the area behind that podium from which the teacher conducted the lessons was like a sacred space. I dreamed of standing there myself one day and could hardly resist its pull when it presented me with a well, no one's looking. To my classmates, this would seem like such a silly, stupid dilemma, but that didn't change the way I felt at that moment. Is she going to just stand behind the podium and give a quick speech or something? Should I or shouldn't I? Do it! Fucking do it! Wait. Save it! Stand at the podium! Flash your shit. How can I pass this up? It's a chance to feel like a real teacher. I decided I had to try it. During daily cleanup and such, I had come and gone from this spot countless times. But this was the first time I ever had an opportunity to stand here and preside over the classroom like a lord. Like the Lord Jesus Christ. Presiding over a sheep. So, this is how it looks to a teacher, huh? It's kind of awe-inspiring. Gaining a teacher's point of view in the most literal sense was starting to get me really fired up. It's turning you on. It may seem silly now, but this was my stage. This was where all my dreams would play out. Someday. I began to imagine the future that awaited me, painstakingly detailing some new pieces of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desk. Gliding chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their studies. I sure hope I can make the cut one of these days. It's the music again. I was getting so excited that I even began to think my behavior was a little strange. Maybe it was just the juxtaposition of these joyous, freeing visions and the prickling dread I'd been feeling up until just a minute or two before. But then, in the blink of an eye, one of these two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. Which one? Oh shit, the bad one. Ah! Crap. Is this a blackout? No. It's just like late at night. Tea's ready. Tea is ready. Suddenly, my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud. I don't like the sound effects. What awful timing. I instinctively grabbed a hold of the rail where the erasers sat. I felt chalk dust against my fingertips. My panicked heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine fucking time to turn the lights out on me. And what's more, I can still hear the sound of the organ, but no, it's an electric organ. How could that even be possible? You must not go. Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune-telling gypsy or psychic, as far as I was aware. You didn't even know her. How would you know she wasn't? How could she have possibly have known this would happen? She's you from the future. Hell, even if she were a fortune-teller or a psychic, predicting the future is the stuff of science fiction. I shook my head. I know it's not her from the future. She died. But still, it's a nice thought that somewhere, somehow, Yui survived. I need to calm the fuck down. Maybe it's just this wing that lost power, and the music room is still okay. That seems plausible, right? I curled up my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense into myself. I've got to get the fuck out of here. I shouldn't have been playing teacher. I should have been in and out by now. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom. Ugh, you walk into a desk. I spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find my way out of it with my eyes closed, as it were. But sadly, that wasn't not the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, I knocked it on its side and began tumbling after it. Instinctively, I grabbed on other desks around me for support. Oof. Damn it. Sounds like I knocked a lot of stuff out of that desk. Just leave it! Leave it and go. Guess I need to put everything back. No, you don't. Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes, textbooks, and writing utensils. I can't tell what's what. This is so embarrassing. What the hell am I doing anyway? Wasn't I supposed to be hurrying home? Such a klutz. Oh, I can't even anymore. I let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. Yeah, I know the feeling, Yui. I know the feeling. Okay, this is a textbook, and this is a notebook, right? Who gives a shit? I was trying to take inventory of all the things I knocked out of the desk, then realized, why? I might as well just stand it up and stuff it all back in. Yeah. I couldn't possibly organize it properly in absolute darkness. Better just apologize tomorrow for whoever sits here. Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Particularly pleasant prospect. Say that 3 times in a row. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. Okay, can we just move on from the fucking desk? If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out, but that would be the same as lying, as far as I'm concerned, and I could not do that. Yeah, we get it, you're honest. Okay, I think I got everything. I placed my hand on the floor and swept it around, feeling for anything I might have missed. Who cares? And I found something all right. Oh, she put her hand in a turd. Oh, grouse, what is this? It's all slimy. Ew. I clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what it was. It was no notebook or writing implement, though, that's for sure. Why would anybody have something like this in their desk? Maybe it had been on the floor all along. What is this stuff? I rubbed my sticky fingertips a bit deeper into the wet spot. Why? Then brought my hand up close to my face so I could get a better look at what it was. Is it a hand? Is it some blood? What on earth did I just touch? Eek! There was a flash of lightning almost immediately, joined by a roaring booty clap. And with it, for a split second, the pitch-black classroom was lit up as bright as day. Did you see it? Oh, shit! What? God, is that blood? I shot to my feet, utterly mortified. In that split second, I'd gotten a very good fucking look at my fingertips, and it really did seem as if they were covered in blood. But it wasn't just my hand, no! If my peripheral vision was to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained in a deep, dark crimson. Crap. It kind of smells like blood in here, too. You've only just noticed. Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone stumble in here and get injured and just spray blood all over the walls? I don't think so, Yui. This is impossible. It can't be. I mean, how? Why are we still in this classroom asking questions? Why aren't we at home, eating tea with our mommy? It's all I want. Where's mommy when you need her? My whole body was quaking. I fled from the classroom. Really? Finally? Or rather, I tried to flee. Oh, don't tell me. This is going to be her that emerges from the door. Why? What? Why won't it open? No, please, no. I don't remember locking it, and it isn't locked, so why can't I get it open? I pulled on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard, it felt like my fingernails might tear loose. Ew. But it just wouldn't budge. Why? Why, please? You're going to die in here. I was absent-mindedly grabbing my hair with one hand and slammed my fist on a nearby desk with the other. This was a fucking nightmare. Please, no! What's going on? Silence saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding butthole. Calm down. I just have to calm down. I'm probably just panicking because the door won't open. I'm sure I just misidentified whatever it was on the floor. I mean, it's preposterous, right? There's no way something like that could be. I was certain that when I saw what it actually was come morning, it'd end up being something totally random, like someone's old soda-stained gym clothes. Yeah, that has to be it. Yep, probably just brushed against somebody's paint for art or class or something. My imagination was just running wild because I was panicking. And the door probably just had something caught in it, or that's all. I decided to check out that my hypothesis by feeling my way across the door, determining if anything was jutting out from one of the cracks. Damn, I'm not sure I can do this without being able to see. I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out that way. Maybe there's another exit. No, this was the 3rd floor. I couldn't get out of here without exiting into the hallway. Let me out. I want out. Still at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be sure of its source. Is somebody out there? Then there came a distinctive clomp, clomp, clomp of footsteps. Oh, of course, it must be the custodian. I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds. I'm sure he was probably taking a look around after the sudden power outage. Great, I'm saved! All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over. Excuse me! I shouted to the custodian at the top of my lungs through the window. Excuse me! I'm fucking trapped in here because I'm a silly bitch who likes to take her time. I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway again, and it seemed to be getting closer. However, there's always a however. Something's not right about this. Perturbed. I took a step back from the window. If that's a flashlight, shouldn't it be brighter? It kind of looks like the faint unearthly glow classically attributed to spirits. Was that what I was thinking? I tried to stop myself from finishing that thought, however. Dullness aside, it also looked like it was wriggling around in a very unnatural, very light-like way. Jesus. And these footsteps. Clomp, clomp, clomp. 4 clomps, then 3 clomps. Second interval, then a 4th clomp. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm. That's no custodian. Nobody walks like that. How do you know they're not, like, physically, whatever the PC term is? The fear was back in full force. I had to find somewhere to hide. What if I accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever it was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in. I need to hide, but where? Save it! Fucking podium, ma'am. That's our sacred ground. I hurriedly hid myself beneath the teacher's podium. I grabbed my knees, curled up, and made myself as small as I could. What is this? What's happening? These footsteps continued to draw nearer and nearer. Little by little, the sound grew louder. Every hair on my body was standing on end, even my pubes. Just please pass by, please. I held my breath, clasped my hands together, and silently prayed to Buddha. They were close now. Very, very close. Please, Buddha. Why was this happening? I couldn't make any sense of it. I just wanted it to be over. I prayed to Buddha that it would end. Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? Was all this happening because I ignored her? Because I didn't take the paper doll from her? Yep. Was it because I heard the ghost story of Yoshi and allowed it to get to me? Or did the strange events of the day have nothing to do with what is happening to me now? You should have stayed at home. It feels like my heart's going to burst out of my chest at any fucking moment. I was still holding my breath. I didn't dare let out even the tiniest sounds. The tiniest of sounds. Escape and give my position away. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read. It's so late. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. So much tapping. There's a tap dancing ghost in the school. The consistent rhythm of the footsteps suddenly ended halfway into one of its cycles. And it had ended right in front of this very classroom. Oh, snap! It's fucking what's-her-face's mama. I had goosebumps up and down my arms and legs and vagina. I stopped praying and clasped my hands over my mouth. I knew I'd scream if I didn't. Could this be Yoshi? Was the school legend real? Pant, pant. All I could do was close my eyes, keep my mouth shut, and hope that whoever or whatever this was would just go the fuck away. But the footstep sounds did start again. If this was indeed Yoshi, then she'd stop in front of the classroom and was just standing there. I had no concept of time anymore. I stayed in my hiding spot for what was probably only a few minutes, but felt like at least an hour. Maybe whoever it was is gone. I decided to carefully peek out from under the podium. I gingerly edged my head out just far enough to get a glimpse of the room, when suddenly I'm a little creeped out. The footsteps rang out once more. It sounded like they were heading right for me, and they might have been inside the room. I honestly couldn't tell. It is creepy as fuck, though. I scrambled back into my hiding spot and covered my mouth with both hands. This was too much for me. My breathing was coarse and erratic, and my face was a mess of tears and snot. Sexy. Buddha, please save me. I was inconsolable. The footsteps just wouldn't stop. Is she just out there tap dancing? Told you it was a tap dancing ghost. What on earth were they doing? Tap dancing. It almost seemed like they were running around in circles, just to scare me. Stop it, please, stop it. I mouthed these words over and over again and moved my hands to my ears in a vain attempt to block out this torturous sound. And as if in response, the sound changed. Eek! It was a loud, dull thud followed by silence. No more footsteps. Is it in the room? I'd heard that sound hundreds of times. It was the classroom door sliding open. I fucking knew it. Make a break for it. Just run. Just fucking run. I peeked out, but the door was still slightly shut. Tightly shut. How could that be? If the sound I heard wasn't the door, then what the fuck was it? Pant, pant. What little safety I had felt here was pretty much gone. But to be fair, I wasn't absolutely certain the spirit had seen or heard me either. The prospect of stepping out into the open, wasn't a desirable one, but I had to decide if it was better to stay where I was or to make a break for it. Holy shit, make a fucking break for it. Oh, I forgot to save it. Make a break for it, girl. Do it right. Staying in one place too long seemed like it would be inviting trouble, so I took a deep breath and reluctantly clawed out as quietly as I could. But almost immediately I felt something. What? Something long and thin had struck me in the back of the head. Or perhaps struck isn't the right word. There was little force behind it, but it wasn't a hard slam. More like someone trying to get my attention. Is that a wooden rod? Or no, it's a finger? Is somebody fingering you? I knew I wouldn't like what I was going to see, but I had to face whatever this was, so I turned around. Oh shit. And there, looming over me, was... Is somebody still here? Go home, child. A figure was peering down at me from above the podium with one emancipated wishbone-like finger extending towards my face. I recognized this person instantly. No doubt about it. This was the strange old woman who had supposedly passed away earlier. What? I was scared out of my mind. I tumbled the rest of the way out from under the podium and shut to my feet. Bang, 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 bang. A ghost! There really was a ghost in this school. My breathing was ragged and my heart was pounding so hard that I thought it might explode. Plowing through all of the desks in my way, I ran out as fast as I could towards the classroom door. Oh really? You're not going to stop to pick up the shit? But that was as far as I could go. What's wrong, child? Yeah. In the open doorway, it was the same old woman, emitting a bluish-white glow. This was the source of the light I'd seen through the window earlier. But how in the world did she get to the door before I did? She's a fucking ghost. Padways. You stupid girl. You're supposed to be clever. I felt like I was starting to hyperventilate and tried as best as I could to calm my breathing as my eyes darted about the room. I needed to get out of here now. To get as far away from this place as I possibly could. If the front door is blocked, maybe I can get out through the back. Yeah, sure. But if I do that, I can't leave the school without running right past her. There's no way she'd let me by, but I have to do something. I bit my lip and continued to scan the room. Jump out through the fucking window, that's what I'd do. Something. If I just had something I could use to fight back. I didn't have time to think carefully about it. I just had to grab something and hope for the best. There was 2 choices, and I had to pick one. Senpai's pencil. Oh shit. Salt. Supernatural taught me that salt, that's what you use on your doorways, windows and shit. This looks like leftover salt from an old chemistry experiment. It's gonna work. Nailed it. I heard that salt was used in purification rituals, so it seemed like a natural choice. Oh yeah. Where the fuck is Ayumi when you need her? Oh, she's probably not born. Okay, this is coming with me. I placed the salt in my pocket as a sort of protective charm. I'm scared, but, well, here goes nothing. When I looked over, the spirit of the old woman was holding out her hand from the other side of the door frame. She really was trying to catch me. I wasn't just being paranoid. She was going to kill me and turn me into a ghost like her. I was convinced this had to be Yoshi, the teacher from that urban legend. Why is she so old? No, I won't let her get me. Bracing myself, I darted towards the door at the back end of the classroom. There wasn't a moment to lose. If I didn't act fast, I probably wouldn't be able to. I threw the door open and just began running at top speed, hoping to escape behind the spirit's back. Unsurprisingly, trying to outrun the ghost proved to be a fruitless endeavor. The spirit saw me and moved at breakneck speed to intercept. Holy shit, music. Stop! Yeah! Don't come any closer, motherfucker! I thrust my hand into my pocket and withdrew the bag of salt, then threw the entire thing directly at the old woman's face. Yeah! Oh, it worked. Totally worked. She recoiled. Now's my chance. I ran down the hall as fast as my legs would carry me, briefly glancing over my shoulder after a moment to confirm that the spirit was still writhing. Oh yeah, fucking nailed it, guys. I just kept on running down that dark hallway with nothing but adrenaline and mortal fear to keep me going. I reached the stairwell at the end of the hall and made a mad dash towards ground level. I was determined to get out of this building alive. Stop! Hammer time! No, I'm saving it. And I have to end this video here. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. You know I appreciate it and it really helps me out. Comment, share, like, subscribe, guys. Share, like, subscribe, comment your favorite. And I will see you in the next episode. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Okay, take care of yourself now. Bye. It's Dr. Seuss.
I hope he's just insane.
I knew he was a pedophile. About time that asshole got locked away. Oh my god, is that what it meant when it said all electricity goes to our guest? So we can kill him? Or we can unlock the cage? Oh no. Let's kill him. Let's fucking kill him. Oh my god, let's just put him out of his misery. Because what we're going to do after we unlock the cage, he's going to kill us. Oh, maybe we kill ourselves. And then what? He's locked in here. He'll probably starve to death. I'm doing him a favour, people. This is me doing him a favour. Favour done!